Hello, it's your boy J4Peace back with another video, and today we're gonna be looking at the top 10 most underrated units in the entire game. I'm not gonna be ranking them on how the best they are, like how underrated they are. I'm just gonna give you like my opinion. What's the top 10 most underrated units that people don't use, that I feel like go under the radar, and that should be, I think in my opinion, should be used more in certain situations or whatever. But before we get into it, please like, share, subscribe, turn on notification bells for more content, and yeah, let's get into the video. So, number 10, Film Red Nami. So, Film Red Nami for me is very underrated. She's like a step up movie character, and I think she's a really good runner, very underrated in my opinion. Her first skill is the Mirage Tempo. She could turn invisible. You know what I'm saying, and her invincibility, it lasts longer than Soba Mask, the Soba Mask Sanji. It lasts way longer. You can confuse your opponent, and even when you're in your invincible state, you can do skill 2, use Thunder Breed Tempo, which is summons a lightning bolt on your opponent, could stun your opponent. You know what I'm saying? You could catch them by surprise. You know what I'm saying? She's a very good runner, very good runner. I recommend I would recommend to use her. You know what I'm saying? I even have a I even have a little gameplay of her on my channel. It's with her and Robin. I'll leave the link in the comment section if you guys want to check out that gameplay. It was pretty funny gameplay. Yeah, but she's a really good runner. Very underrated in my opinion. Number 9, Whole Cake Island Nami. Yes, the other Nami, she is also very underrated. I think she's still a good defender. She has a few counters there and there, but she's very underrated. Like her skill 1 and her skill 2 is very good. Just, I think her skill 1 is she summons Zeus, and Zeus, it's kind of like Big Moms. It's kind of like Whole Cake, it's kind of like the original Big Mom, but it's just better. Like the skill's just better. And then you have Zeus Breeze Tempo, which is skill 2, which is just a decent sized thunderbolt. She's a very underrated defender, and I feel like nobody uses her. I think she's a really good defender. Hopefully I can upgrade her so I could display and showcase her, showcase how powerful she still is, or whatever. I feel like she's just very underrated in my personal opinion. And she's very tanky as well. Very tanky. Number 8, Monet. Monet. It's gonna be a common trend to see a lot of defenders on this list. There's pretty much a lot of defenders on this list because not a lot of people use them. It's understandable, but I feel like they're still very useful. But yeah, Monet, she's very good. I like her. I like her skill 1. She's tanky, but I definitely love her skill 1. She heals HP. Well, she gains HP recovery. Her snowball freezes niggas. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that she just freezes people, and you know, skill 2 can literally freeze people, and then you can use your skill 2 to charge attack with her wing attack. And she's a very solid defender, very underrated in my opinion as well. You know, especially during like crowded situations. If like, let's say you're in a flag and you're in the middle flag and there's lots of people, you can easily use her skill 1, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, very underrated in my personal opinion. Very underrated. Number 7, Franky. Yes, your boy Franky. Your Franky, I think, was released what, like 2 years ago or something like that. Was he released like 2 years ago? Someone let me know, cause he is a very underrated defender, especially how he got that buff. He got that buff as well. He's really good. He's very tanky. His skill 1 is like a general cannon, and like the more you get damaged or something, the more powerful your damage gets or some shit. I forgot, but like yeah, I think the more you damage somebody or the more you get damaged, your skill one will hit more or something like that. And he has his skill two. Sorry, he has his skill two where he does his spin move with the blades. You know what I'm saying? It's like a knock. Does it? I think it generates. Yeah, it does a knockback effect as well. Very good. Just a very good skill. Pretty solid defender. Pretty beautiful. Like I like the whole drip. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga, bro. This drip. Like that. Nice. Number 6, Diamante. Diamante is definitely very underrated. He's a underrated green attacker. He is one of the only characters that could take away someone's buff state. That includes Sabo. That includes Film Red Shanks. Yes, he could take away Film Red Shanks's hockey state. He's one of the only ones that could do that. He's kind of like a counter to him. Um, he is very, 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 very underrated and a very good attacker. His skill one, he basically and technically he kind of has like 4 skills type shit. Like, I know it's weird. He kind of has like 4 skills as a bounty festival. So basically, what I'm saying is, okay, so if you charge this skill one, you do a long like sword attack. You know what I'm saying? Like a long like sword attack. I will do a gameplay of this guy very soon to display his power and his what's it called? His and if he doesn't hold it down, he does like a knock like a if when he doesn't charge it, he just does a spin attack with his sword. And he has a lot of in his basic attacks have a very very long range because his sword is long. Pause. Hard steel cape and corroded clave. So basically this is like a counter move. So if you hit his counter, so let's say you hit his counter, he gains HP and hits you. But if you don't hit his counter, he will still attack you with like a spin move. So it's kind of like he has like 4 skills in one. He's pretty underrated. I should do a gameplay of him because he's a pretty interesting character. Pretty interesting character, but he's very, very underrated in my opinion. I have to give an honorable mention to God Usopp. So for before we get into the top 5, I'll give you some honorable mentions. God Usopp, very underrated. He has 3 lives. He's been released since I think since the Roger and Odin era. He's very underrated. He has skill 1 and skill 2. He has skill 1 could blast people, hit people, decent amount of damage. Bagworm could stun you. He's a very, very annoying runner. He's a fast runner too. He's a very fast runner as well. But yeah, he's very underrated. Yes, Doflamingo as well. He is underrated as well. The reason why he didn't make it to my top 10 because I do see some Doflamingos used in League. I do see some. I think he's still I think he's a very, very good very good bounty festival even after like he's been released for a while now. Very, very good very, very good bounty festival. Very good. The weakness, the only reason why I think a lot of people don't use him, which is it's because what's it called? Big Mom, her skill or her major cannon could go through his shield. Some characters could go through his shield, and can easily break his shield, and he against Blue Kaido he's dog water. He's absolutely ass. I don't understand why people be trying to use him to fight what's his name? Blue Kaido, because all he does is heal him, you know. And there's a lot of Blue Kaidos now. There's just reinsurgence of Blue Kaidos in the meta again. So yeah, but other than that, I think he's still underrated. Well, he's like an honorable mention in the underrated class type shit, but I still see some people use him. Twelbo is also an honorable mention. He is 100% an honorable mention as well, because I do well. Like he's an also yeah. Oh my god, I can't speak. Basically, it's because I still see him in League. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the best characters to use right now in the meta with Kid and Law, with the Kid and Law, with the Kid and Law, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And on one of my last tier list, I was completely. I think I was on. I think I was like my brain was gone, but I did just woke up. I was supposed to put him in. I was as one of the best non EX characters in the entire game, but I forgot to. But yeah, he's a definitely honorable mention of underrated as well. He's very powerful. He's used decent. He's used a decent amount in league. I see him. He's very underrated and very good. Definitely love Twabo. Now anyway, let's get into the top 5. Yes, so number 5, I'm gonna basically be cheating on this list. I'm be cheating a little bit. So I'm gonna put 2 characters in the top 5, in number 5, and it's gonna be Shiki. Shiki is very underrated. He's a very good bounty festival runner. He's very underrated. I feel like people should use him more. He has a skill 2. He could travel from a long distance and he could tremor you. You know what I'm saying? Skill 1, he could he does more damage to Roger and EX Roger pirates. Shanks, he could fight Shanks, he could destroy Shanks too. If you're skilled enough, or if you're pretty good, you could destroy Shanks with this guy. He is really good. He could fight Shanks and Roger and any sort of Roger part. He's very underrated. I'd recommend you get Shiki. If you ever had a chance to summon and he's for a guaranteed and he's cheap, get him. He's really good. Very underrated in my personal opinion. And the second character, Tesaro. Yes, Tesaro is underrated as well. He's definitely going to be in the top 5. I don't have him, but what I've seen, he's really pretty good. Good attacker, very solid attacker. He has his gold explosion. It's basically like if you hold down it's like this gold wall. You can't attack him through it, and he could hold that, and then you can get petrified with the gold effect, with the status effect, and then he hits you and he kills you. And he has a skill 2, is a long range gold attack. He's a very underrated character, very underrated character that a lot of people don't use. I feel like that should use a bit more, especially that there's a lot of red units that's still being used in the meta. He's a pretty good, very good character, and he's pretty good, decent amount. He's good against a decent amount. I'd say most of the meta. He's pretty decent, definitely. Yes, number 4, Oven. Yes, Oven number 4, Oven. He is very underrated. I feel like he should be used more. He's really good. I've seen some very good Oven players. And it's rare. It's rare because he's not used a lot, but he's very good, bro. He's long range attack. It's nice. He can flick the flame on people. You know what I'm saying? Just a good, decent punch. Skill 2, I would say it's like a charge type of skill, and I think the more you hold it, and the more you hold it, and the more the people hit you, the more damage you deal. It's kind of like Roger's skill 2. You know what I'm saying? It's a very good skill. I think it flicks a flame if I'm not mistaken as well. Yeah, flicks a flame for long distance. It's a long distance. It's a very good skill. Very tanky as well. He's very underrated unit in my opinion. Very underrated. Y'all sleeping on homie, bro. Number 3, Elizabeth. Yes, sir. Yes, I have to put this nigga here, bro. I'm literally trying to get him to level 80 as soon as possible because he's such a fun unit, bro. He has the highest attack in the entire game, the most damage in the entire game. His skill 2, King Punch, bro. Look at the damage, bro. 1,724 ignores damage reduction. Oh my goodness, bro. This guy is so underrated. He's a step up. Guys could go in the store and exchange orbs to trying to unlock him. It'll take a while, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I did. I did that. You know what I'm saying? He's a very underrated unit, bro. Very underrated. His skill 1, it's mostly just you have to keep. Well, if you were to make a metal set, you you use a skill 1 type of metal set, so you can activate King Punch. King Punch, for you to unlock the skill 2, you know what I'm saying, you have to attack your opponents, and he has decent amount of attack power. He has a good decent amount of attack power, and you have to use your skill 1 to get this skill 2. But once you activate that skill 2, my nigga, you literally have the ability to one shot anybody, literally. And the more you use the skill 2, so that's why I said prioritize skill 1, make medals to prioritize skill 1, because the more you use skill 2, the more damage you deal. So 1,724, 1,845, 2,000 something damage, 2,242 damage, 2,500. He has the highest damage skill in the entire game. Okay, and it's like a charge. It's you literally charge that. You can literally charge the skill. The more you charge the skill, the more damage you deal. Very well, not more damage you deal. The more longer range the attack will be. It's a very long ranged attack too. It's a very long range attack. He's very underrated. Very, very underrated in my personal opinion. Very, very underrated. Yes. And number 2, I'm gonna be cheating again. Yes, I'm gonna be cheating again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your boy is sorry. Aha. Okay. Aha. I'm sorry. But it's gonna be Jin Zhao. Jin Zhao. Jin Zhao is very, very, very underrated. One of the best defenders in the entire game, and he's under the radar. Yes, because of Kid in Law. You know what I'm saying? I know, I understand that, but he's still very powerful, bro. He is very powerful. He is very powerful. He has like this shield. He has like this. He's already the defender, right? But he also has this shield, and especially for multi-hit attacks, you literally can't do you literally can't do no damage. Sorry, I can't speak. You literally can't do no damage. He's literally OP. He counters EX Zoro so easily. It's hilarious. Like, Zoro cannot do nothing against this guy. You can't. Zoro, it's impossible to cut this nigga down. He was specifically made to cut down Zoro, right? Any characters that depend on any multi hits, he counters. He counters immediately. He's a very hard person to just take out like that. His skill 1, he cannot. He can what's it called? He can do a tremor effect. It's a very good skill. It's like a spike. It's with his horn. It's with his it's with his horn or whatever it's called. Pause. His skill 2. The skill 2 is one of his bread and butter. Besides his shield, this is probably one of the coolest skills in my opinion. It's like a Ninjago. It's like a Ninjago. You know that Lego thing, that Ninjago, where they do the Ninjago spin jutsu or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, it's exactly what this nigga is. Very, very good, very, very good skill. Can knock back people, knock out people out of the treasure. Very underrated. And the second character that I want to add in second place is, yes sir, Hakubo as well. Hakubo will be in this underrated spot. He's a very, very good runner. Underrated. Don't see a lot of him a lot. Feel like he should be used more. I've seen one or a few, but it's very rare. Very rare. Slicing, Winds of Rummel. The only like thing I say about this nigga is that he stuns himself, so that kind of fucks him up a bit. That's why I kind of see he's not really used. He's not relied on as much, but he's still very, very, very good. He's a long range attack, multiple hits, chance to stun, and chance to stun himself as well. Yeah, it kind of f's up his character a little bit. I could have put him as an honorable mention, but I think he's too powerful to be just an honorable mention. A long range charge attack with chance to stun. Very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. He's a very good runner. Very underrated. Now for the number 1 spot. Ooh. Yes, sir. And the number 1 spot goes to Jinbei. Yes, sir. The most underrated unit. He is one of the best, like, if I was to put him like on a top 25 list of best characters, he would be in it, or top 20. He's a very good unit, bro. He's very underrated. He is very underrated in my personal opinion. He could take out he can handle most majority of the meta. The only person who would probably struggle with is Shanks. It's probably Film Red Shanks. Yeah, that's most likely you're gonna do it. Roger, you can handle him. You can handle him. I think it just depends on skill. But Shanks is basically your only counter. But other than that, you can fight anybody. You can literally fight anybody in a 1v1, and you can win too. You're very good defensively. Very, very good defender. Very, very, very good defender. One of the best, in my opinion, one of the best characters in the entire game. He's very underrated. His skill one, it's like a multi-hit attack. You could get people like King off the treasure. You know what I'm saying? He also does an attack. He also does an attack debuff. He's very, very tanky. And then his skill 2, one of my favorite skills in the entire game. Pretty cool. It's like this blue hockey type of move. It's where he holds his skill down. You can hold the skill down, and the more the person attacks, the more damage you'll deal. Plus you'll gain damage reduction of 70%. You know what I'm saying? The more you attack him, the more damage he will deal to you. Very good skill. Very, very good skill. Very underrated in my opinion. Very, very good character. And yeah, thank God for Jinbei. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on notification bells for more content. Stay blessed, y'all. Peace.